All right, we're all set.
All right, all right. You heard it from the man himself, my colleague here, Jordan Matthias. Um, Welcome. Happy Monday, day one of the 5-day reviews challenge. We're back at it. And if you're tuning in for the first time, give me a big, warm, high level welcome. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me an understanding of what brought you here today. Did you find out from a friend? Did you find out from one of our ads? Are you currently a high level user? Did you hear about us because the algorithm said, here you go. Here's JB and the high level crew to teach you how to start your business with reviews in your local market. Let me know in the comments below. We got a jam-packed week together here. And if you're just getting to know me for the first time, here's a disclaimer. Get ready for high energy, enthusiasm, and passion. Because I want to make sure that whatever I say to you, if it sticks a little bit or a whole bunch, you don't forget it. Because by the time we're done rocking and rolling together, these next 5 days, not only will you be fully prepared to start your own business using high level to impact your local market, but you're going to feel pretty darn good about what we have in our community, in our software, and what we got coming up in the roadmap at high level. It's AI season. And what I'm going to show you this week is specific around reputation and reviews, but I am going to add a sprinkle, maybe a whole bottle of AI as we roll on this. So if you like AI, let me know in the comments below. If you're a little iffy about AI, let me know in the comments below. If you have been using AI before it was cool, let me know in the comments below. I want to get a little bit of a heartbeat. What's our heart rate right now? It's Monday. It's a great fresh start to the week. If you're in another part of the country, maybe it's already tomorrow. Let me know what to expect for tomorrow if you already are in tomorrow. So I'm excited to hang out with you here. We got a lot to uncover here. And, you may be watching this in one of our Facebook groups. You may be watching this on our Facebook page or on YouTube or on Instagram. Wherever you're at, wherever you prefer to comment and engage, just stay where you're at. Comment below. Let me know. Let me know where you're from, what part of the world you're in. What's your goal? If you're going to rock with me for 5 days, what do you want out of this? What are you looking to get out of this, either to complement your existing business, or is it to start a new business? Or is it to fire your 9 to 5 that you're working right now? Whatever it is, I'm cool with it. I'm here to serve you. We got a few things in the making here, and as the comments are warming up and folks are jumping on in, I want you to take a moment here to write down 3 goals that you want to accomplish. And if you want to send me a message or send them to our Facebook page or share them below, go right ahead. But I want your 3 goals that you want to get out of this. First goal is a personal goal. What do you personally want to get out of the time together for these next 5 days? The second one is a relationship goal. Do you want to meet 1 or 2 people that are maybe techie or experts in sales? Or do you want to just be part of a circle or a group of people that are like minded? And the third is, what's your business goal? What are you looking to do with the knowledge you're about to collect, the software you're about to get yourself into, and the actions you're about to commit to take to get the result that most people are already getting? Let me know below. And I think it's important, if you're not doing that when you jump into a new software or new business venture, that it's a great habit to have, because the most important part here is clarity. It's seeing where you want to be the next 3 steps before they happen. So I'm excited to hang out with you here. And it looks like we're warmed up. It looks like this rocket ship is ready to take off. Thank you all for commenting and sharing where you're from, sharing your warm welcome to the week. I'm ready to get started if you are. We have a jam-packed day ahead of us, with today being day one. Day one is like a double stuffed Oreo, right? It's a double stuffed Oreo. And if you like Oreos, let me know below. I'm a big Oreo fan. Haven't had a few lately, but I'm a big Oreo fan. But double stuffed Oreo for today here is going to be a little bit about who I am and what I do here at High Level. What High Level is, if you're not familiar with it, right? Because there's a lot of new people here, a lot of new faces, a lot of new faces. And then the actual day one content of the business opportunity. What's the opportunity? What do I got to do? How do I go about it? How do I take action? So that's where that double stuffed Oreo kicks in. I'm going to close out a couple things on my screen here, just so that way we don't get interrupted. We're going to get right into it. Got a couple windows open here. I'm excited. And it's great to see a couple familiar faces popping on in. Appreciate your support. You know, the most favorite part, and now I get it, you know, growing up, you know, elementary school, high school, I'd always see like, you know, the seniors that just graduated come into school, right? It would be like a 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and you see some seniors, some previous graduates that come in. I'm like, what are they doing here? They stop by the classrooms. They say, hey, how are you? How's everything? I was just in the area. When I get to see folks that graduate our 5-day challenge, and then they walk the high level stage and collect their gold award, their platinum award, their diamond award, they transform their businesses and they take a moment out of their busy schedule to pop in and encourage our new people. It says a lot about what we do here. And I want you to be excited about that. And I welcome you as you go through this course and you get on your journey for you to do the same thing. Because one thing I learned in this whole high level software, sales, techie community is that mentorship is important. It's important to have mentorship that you trust and that you welcome. So if you're open to mentorship, let me know below. Let those around you be aware that you're open with mentorship. And let's build upon what we want to attract in our new journey at High Level and what we're doing, either to improve our business or just to start a new business. Why not, right? So let's rock and roll here. You could see my screen. Let me know below. We're now officially starting the 5-day reviews challenge. And it's a big deal because a lot of big things happened because of this. A lot of big people started here in this early stage, whether it was at High Level or other softwares. They started in the early stage of understanding marketing, understanding positioning, understanding traffic, understanding sales and fulfillment. So this is exciting when we get new folks that are jumping in to take on the challenge. Today's agenda is pretty packed. Like I said, it's like the double stuffed Oreo. You're going to learn a little bit about me in High Level. We're going to jump into the 5-day reviews challenge agenda for the week. And then I'm going to unveil the reviews offer. What are we going to give you? What are you going to have to go to market as early as today? To start making appointments, to start making relationships, to start putting out feelers, to start just getting comfy with what you got. No matter what you have, what you buy that's new, it takes a little bit of time to break into it. Whether it's sneakers, whether it's that motorcycle, that boat, that car, that sweater, it takes a little bit of time to break into it. And you should feel that way with this too. This isn't a sign and drive. This isn't a 0 to 1,000 experience. You're going to have to get accustomed, right? You're going to get accustomed to it. So my ask of you is to be patient. Be patient, be the student, and have fun. You're in great hands. And I say that as I do these more and more and more, I meet amazing people just like you that are at your level, that are mid-level, or that have expanded to create and run multi-million-dollar businesses within the High Level ecosystem. And they share their feedback, they share their strategy, they share their wins. And I'm privileged to meet these people, get to know them, take bits and pieces of their stories, and share them with you all. So everything I'm going to be sharing with you is a little bit of mine, but a majority of all the successes are ecosystem of men and women have shared with us, whether it's on our Spotlight Session podcast on YouTube, in our workshops, in our live events, or just in one-to-one conversations. So be confident and be excited that you are in the right place with the right team and the right coach to guide you along the way. I'm going to be working alongside with you these next 5 days, and we're live, and we'll remain live. And my ask of you is to be live back. Communicate with me, share with me your ideas. Please be respectful, but more importantly, share what your mind has going on. JB, not really understanding this. JB, I think this might be an easier way if someone's in this area. JB, that doesn't really apply to me. What's the alternative? Like, I want you to know that myself, my colleague Jordan, and our whole community team is looking at the comments. And I will do my very best to infuse my answers with your questions together in our presentation without derailing it, right? But I promise you, if this is something that's very urgent, we'll get you the help that you need, whether it's offline or we'll tag you in the comments. But you're in great hands. And if you feel the energy that this might just be the moment that you've been waiting for, the right company, the right software, and the right coach to guide you, let me know in the comments below. Because there's a lot of people that have been through different journeys and they just don't know who to trust or what to pay or how to go about it. So we've deliberately set this up in a way that there's no catch and it's easy to consume and you have no excuse of not to take action today. So as we evolve in this conversation, in this training, in this partnership, our 5-day reviews challenge mission is all about you. This is a you thing. I'm here to serve you, okay? I'm here to empower you with reviews and how to use it with HighLevel, just so you could serve small businesses in your area. Myself and the team at HighLevel are here to educate you on how you can improve your operations if you have an existing business, if you have a book of business, if you have clients. How could you add this reviews as a service on top of your existing business? How could you create a subscription as a service model if you're just a one-off price per purchase model? And we're going to be here along the way to support you. As you start to learn and understand what our support channels look like, what our continuing education channels look like, you're going to have somewhere to lean on, whether it's the wall, a person, or just highly, there'll be somebody or something there to have your back. Because once you go all in on HighLevel, whether it's an affiliate, gray label, or white label, the word on the street is that we give more support than anybody else. And I'll let you be the testament of that. So why are we here and what's our goal? Well, our goal is to get our first paying customer together. For me to give you the information, the playbook, the strategy, the resources, everything you need to do the conversations, to do the follow-ups, to do the demos, to do the guiding with your businesses and people in your area. Whether you're looking to do a more local approach or a digital approach, you will have everything you need to make it happen. Because what holds most people back is, what am I selling? What am I offering? We're going to go over the offer today. It's a strong offer. And the best part of it is you get to keep all the customers and all the revenue. It's your offer and your business. So if you haven't heard about HighLevel, or you really don't understand what you're even tuning into, it's okay. Let me know in the comments if you're brand new to the HighLevel ecosystem. If you're brand new, let me know in the comments. And I'm going to share with you here a little bit about HighLevel. And for those that are tuning in between their day-to-day, because what you'll know here, what you'll learn really quick is that within these challenges, we share new nuggets. We share new pieces of information outside of our course content, right? So for those of you that are existing customers and kind of know this already, bear with me. We got some new friends in the building. We got some new friends to teach and show. So HighLevel was developed for marketers and small businesses, but it was more developed for us to serve marketers to serve the small businesses. So we have over 60,000 digital citizens, AKA digital marketers. And out of those 60,000 digital marketers, they serve over 1.4 million small businesses across the globe. No restrictions. Across the globe, they serve. And the HighLevel platform is best described as an operating system. I want you to look at it as, OS or PC, right? Intel OS, whatever operating system you use, whether it's Android for your phone or your tablets, it's Mac, whatever it is, the operating system's like the motherboard, right? That's the power. And I want you to look at HighLevel like that. And then I want you to look at HighLevel features like apps, right? So you have HighLevel, the operating system, and then you have apps that go on top of HighLevel. And then you have your expertise, your knowledge, your local market knowledge, your passion, your enthusiasm, your uniqueness is right on top of that. That becomes something that you can't compete with. And that's where we're seeing more and more and more disruption in the local markets. We're seeing big marketing companies, big software companies double down on rethinking their strategies. We're seeing big companies buy other big companies because we're disrupting it with our ecosystem of high levelers. Our current high-level customer base of 60,000 plus digital marketers is shaking the apple tree so hard that the industry is rethinking on how it needs to serve their current customers, because HighLevel is making noise. And all of our businesses that are selling HighLevel are making even more noise in their local market. So you're at the best place at the best time. And our number one goal here is to serve businesses so we can help them capture, nurture, and close. And I'm going to enable you with all of that information, all of those features, all of those tools, all of those strategies these next 5 days. So I want to unpack this a little bit. And this is a very, very conservative overview of HighLevel. This is very basic compared to what our HighLevel users know we have, but we would literally need a bunch more slides. And just to give you some context, we had a huge HighLevel conference called the Level Up Summit, where we launched 300 plus new features. We created the next version of some existing features. We've added on more muscle, more quality of life to those features. We couldn't fit them all on a slide or in a segment. So there's no way I'm going to fill it up in this little graph here. But I want you to take a look at this here. This is 3 major components of any business in your local market that right now is spending between $2.99 and $5.99 a month on a very conservative end. Some of them are spending thousands of dollars on this with companies that are giving no service, no care, no support. And what you do is you disrupt that local market in your area by giving your service support and the automations that HighLevel has, whether you gray label it or white label it, to do that on your behalf as well. So I want you to be aware that this is a lot to unpack in one day, and you should not expect to be 100% familiar with HighLevel in a week. This is an ongoing learning process. This is pushing buttons, pulling levers, consuming content, joining our community, joining our workshops, staying engaged. But once you really understand the 1 or 2 features, such as reputation management, and maybe another one, depending on the industry you want to serve or the demand in your area, you're going to make a lot of noise and also make a lot of new business owner friends that want to do business with you. So take a look at this and let me know, what feature are you excited about, or features? What catches your eye on this slide? Let me know in the comments below. Now, if you're just tuning in here, you may or may not have a HighLevel account. Again, we got a lot of different audience members here that are existing customers, that are not. Some people just tuned in right now. They have no idea what I'm talking about. That's fine. We'll get you the replay. But at the very least, there's a link below in the comments. Go get your trial. See, normally on our website, it's a 14-day trial. This is a 30-day trial, right? This is a 30-day trial. This is important because you're going to need those extra days as you ramp up and you go to market. 30 days plays a big part in launching, okay? You'll also need this trial to participate. You're going to need this trial to take action. Now, if you're an existing customer and you haven't had a chance to take this challenge, and you're open to learning a different way than maybe how you're doing business now, well, then go to the same link. You don't need to get another account. Just opt in to the content, so that way you get access to the course and you get in contact with our process. So you could really understand each step of the way as a challenger and not just from the lives, okay? And as you're on this journey, you're going to run into hiccups. You're going to run into slow parts. You're going to need to get help. And I want you to feel comfortable and confident that help is here, right? 24 hours a day, help is here. That link is also in the comments below, okay? Use that link. It's a Zoom room. Our support expert team is going to walk you through in a Zoom and get you the help you need. There's no shortage of support here, but there also can't be shortage of patience. So I'm going to emphasize this throughout our time together. Patience is so important, not just for me to support me as your host, your coach, but for yourself. Because if you don't have the patience, if you don't have the way to get help, you're going to give up. You're going to feel like this is not for you. And this is much easier than you think. This is much easier than you think. So let's get into what this week looks like together. Day one is today. We're going to go over understanding the offer. We're going to unpack a handful of more pieces of content here. Then I'm going to ask you to get into our membership course portion of the training and take that course, right? Day two is setup day. I'm also going to ask you today to get started and setting up at least your website. Set up your trial if you don't have it yet, and set up your website. You can't go to market without a brand, without your website. We need something to drive traffic to. And when you take this training, it's going to show you what to set up. We walk you through step by step each important feature within HighLevel for you to set up. But the one that I want you to come with tomorrow is your website, right? Day three, we're going to be talking about prospecting and sales training. Look, acquisition starts with a plan, with audience, with traffic, with an offer, with excitement, with the end in mind. Like, think about this. Think about this. If I had a great old plan to travel across a handful of states or to another part of the world, and I said, hey, come along, I'll pay for you for the next 30 days. We're going to totally wing it. I don't even know how we're going to get on the plane or how we're going to get there. You might be a little concerned. We're not doing that here. All right. I got this all mapped out for us. Where you fit in, you'll figure that out. But the plan works. The map is here, right? I'm going to guide us, and then you're going to let me know. You're going to raise your hand and engage with me where you need help or what you want done. Day 4 is fulfillment, because we're going to get sales. We're going to make relationship. We're going to make business owner friends. The fulfillment is the most important part of this, because if I take your money, you want something back for it. Well, so do your customers. So do your customers. So do your new customers. They want money back, or they want a service. Let's give them a service so they get the return on investment back. Right? And the last is retention and ascension. Look, keeping customers happy starts with a process, right? It also continues with more services, because there's a saying, what got you here won't get you there. What got you here will not get you there. So we have to do the same as advisors, as professionals, as experts, whether we're beginners in our journey or advanced. We have to give our customers that roadmap of what they need in order to grow their business using our gray labeled or white labeled platform. So what's next? Well, here's the plan. Every day, today, tomorrow, all the way through Friday, I'm going to be live 11 Central, 12 Eastern. You're going to be able to tune in by the Facebook Live page. So go to the Facebook business page. We're there. If you want to jump on YouTube, we're there. The session for that day is going to cover that day. To watch the replays, we have a set of links for you to watch the previous days if you missed one. As you start to advance and you want more, we have calendars of upcoming events and workshops. During this live session, I will be making reference to our playbook, to our course. That's located in the agency section of your account under University, and you click on the Reviews Challenge. If you don't see that, that means you don't have access to it. You got to connect with our support team. That's what that speakwith.us/success link. We have a Facebook group committed and dedicated to just this challenge. That Facebook group is called the 5-Day Reviews Challenge. In your welcome email, there'll be a link to join that Facebook group. Follow the instructions, answer the questions, the team will let you in. As you enter that group, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you're from, why you're here. What's your goal? So important. We all want to make friends. We all want to make relationships that we can grow our businesses with, that we can learn, that we could share. Don't be the person in the back of the room with your arms crossed. This may not be the right journey for you right now, and that's fine. But get all in. Go all out. Put your learning hat on. Put your social butterfly hat on. This is the right time. And this is the link that you got to go to when you just are about to give up on this. JB, this is just too much, or man, this is a lot. This thing doesn't work. Hey, I'm going to refer to this link. It's because they have access and ways to get you fast tracked. I can help you, but I don't have the fast track. I don't have the step-by-step to get you there live. Right? Waiting for my comment or my reply in a group is just wasting time on you. I need you to get help immediately. But my commitment to you is that if you ask a question, I'll be there. My support team will be there. My colleagues will be there. HighLevel will be there. There's no shortage of support here. So, if you're excited about what you've been hearing, the wheels are turning. You're forward thinking on what's about to happen. Let me know below in the comments, because each day we're going to be doing a raffle for a gift card to our swag shop. And I just want the organic comments From time to time, I'll ask you a question. Yes, I would love your response, but I would love this conversation to happen without me. I would love for all of you to have conversations with each other in the comments, whether you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're in one of our groups. Keep the conversations there with each other. We see so many great things happen when people with the same like-minded attitude and energy and the commonality of high level come together. We see workshops happen. We see business partnerships happen. We see training zones happen. We see people becoming each other's customers within the ecosystem. So there's definitely opportunity. So if you're ready to get into the day one, that second layer of the Oreo cookie, let me know below. I'm ready. Let's get into day one. Loving it. What a great group we got here. I got to take a sip of coffee because we got a whole bunch more to go, and I had to let this cool down. Do I have any coffee folks tuned in? Any tea? Any just straight up water? Let me know below in the comments. We got some great stuff. I'm pumped. All right. So, day one, understanding the opportunity. Look, the reviews offer is one feature within HighLevel, one of 500 plus. And the reason why we focus on this one is because there's a demand. There's a demand of local businesses that are looking to improve their reputation. See, back in the day when there was newspapers, magazine advertisements, the yellow pages, the paper was the source of advertisement. And then digital marketing came in play. And digital marketing was just something expensive that the big companies could afford and do. And then the playing field leveled out. Okay. Now, there's so many forms of digital marketing. There's so many strategies around digital marketing. But it's important to understand that the components that matter most have everything to do how people perceive you. So I want you just to think about, how do you go about, right, building up a perception of a business or a person? If it's a person or a business, maybe you ask about them within your circle, your text threads, your text groups. Maybe you join a social media group and you ask, hey, has anyone ever done business with so-and-so? Does anyone know anyone that does so-and-so service? And people share their feedback. Maybe you do a Google search, or you do a Yahoo search, or some sort of search in your part of wherever you're at. However you do your research, you're doing some sort of investigative search on this person or business. And typically the results that come back are results related to reputation, what people are saying about them, what ratings they have, right? Maybe some screenshots, some photos, the variety. What we're doing here with this reviews offer is we're helping local businesses have a presence where their customers search frequently. So if you are a dog grooming business, maybe your customer searches in a Facebook group. Maybe they search in an online forum group. Maybe they ask a group of moms or dads in a school game setting, PTO group, outside in-person organization. People are always talking to each other. They're sharing feedback. Businesses that understand that use things like swag, use things like rewards, use things like follow-up and giving a great experience. So that way their customers always have a positive, lasting impression of them. But all of that eventually fades away. So now we shift into, with HighLevel, how do we leave a permanent or semi-permanent group of clues or facts that your customers or your customers' customers say about them? So let's take that same dog grooming business that maybe years ago would put flyers in the post office, would maybe have a Yellow Pages ad. Maybe they have business cards that they give out or leave at the bagel shop. And now that same grooming business now has a Facebook business page, and they have reviews, they have followers, they have photos of the pets that they serve. People comment on those pet pictures. They share beautiful words and excitement around them. They have a Google page. That Google page has 1 review, 2 reviews, 5 reviews more. 1 star, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 3 star, 5 star, 5 star. There's a variety. And there's comments under those reviews, stars. At the end of the day, they keep getting more positive reviews despite the 1 or 2 bad reviews. The footprint they leave is an honest perception of their customers and those that have done business with them. And we want to equip you to facilitate that. We want to equip you to have the tools in place to show your customers in your local market how they could do that without relying on you or anyone else to do it for them and to charge them each time they do it. So if you understand the importance of reputation and being able to give a small to medium-sized business owner the tools to either do it with them or for them or automate it, let me know how you feel about that. Let me know if you've been a customer and you've done your research. Help me understand if this example resonates with you. Because you're going to come across business owners that don't understand the concept. They don't see the value. They think it's just another gimmick that they're being sold. And although those customers may not be your ideal customer, at least leave them with some education before you move on. We're going to get into more about the actual offer and how it looks in the next few slides here. But I just want to touch on the demand for this, because there's a lot of tools, there's a lot of products. You know, growing up, you know, as an 80s baby, I felt like I had the opportunity of, like, when, you know, Nintendo, like Atari was like before me, but I knew it existed. But like when Nintendo came out, I was excited. Like I ran for the Nintendo, right? Then Sega, the Nintendo 64, like all these systems, right, evolved. And I ran to them, right, as a kid. We're like that too in the digital marketing space. We see a new tool, we get excited. We see the advancement, we see the opportunity. And however long that stays with you, it varies. But although we're like that, so are our small to medium-sized businesses. Think about the small to medium-sized businesses that are doing really well for themselves. They're not doing well for themselves because they're doing the same old thing over and over. They're doing well for themselves because they've automated it, because they've brought on new technology, they brought on people, they brought on processes, they've systemized their business. So I want you to be excited about this tool, but I want you to know that as we start to unpack this to the local market, they may not feel the same way like you do or I do. And you might need to do some further explaining. So I want you to just have this open mind that although it sounds great here in our classroom, in our safe zone, in our learning environment, the marketplace might throw egg at you. They might throw tomatoes at you. They might say, oh, that thing is not, no one cares about. They're going to throw so much negativity at you, right? And it might be from people in the industry that you know that haven't adopted or opened up their mind on this technology, or it might be customers that say that, I don't care, I don't need it. No problem. But just know that's coming. And the good thing here is that the addressable market is so big. What I don't want you to do, and I'm going to just say this, I don't want you to beg. There's no begging here. Make that commitment with me here. I'm not begging anybody to buy this. I'm not begging anybody to help me help their business. I'm not convincing anybody that this is the best thing. No, it is my responsibility to show the opportunity, to show the before and what the potential after is if they partner with me. But my job is not to beg anybody, especially for the amount of money we're going to be selling this for as a beta, and especially for the power it's going to do for their business. Because when I get into some of the facts, and I've worked for some of these other companies before, you got the best thing here in the market in your area without me even being in your market, right? I'll just leave it at that because I gotta be careful what I say here. I'm gonna get myself in trouble, right? But I just want you to know the small to medium-sized business owners that are out there, they're not gonna be as excited as you and I. I'm pumped, and I don't even have a full cup of coffee in me yet, but I know the value of this. I've seen it. They don't know. It's your job to tell the story. So how many of you are storytellers? Let me know in the comments below. How many of you consider yourself a good storyteller? I'm not a good storyteller. I'll tell you that, but I'm getting better. I'm learning how to tell a better story. We had a workshop with Jim Edwards, right? We had a workshop with Krista Mayshore. We had a workshop with some great, amazing people that I had a chance to work with. Ravi Avuvala, Andy Klepner, Nuno Tavares. I mean, since I've been here, I've had a chance to meet some amazing people that tell some amazing stories. And I just take nuggets from their stories and I just make it my own. And I find the fundamentals. So if you're not a good storyteller like me, there's ways to get better at it. And we'll do that together. But you got to tell a good story to give a forward thinking to the promise, which is the finish line of success. Because nothing else matters if you're not helping them grow their business. We're all on the same page here? All right, cool. Let's get back to it. So it's a saturated market myth that's out there, right? John, the market is growing. There's businesses out there, but it's just not how it used to be. Like, people will put things in your head, whether it's a small business owner or people in your industry. Just know that there are businesses that want help. There's more and more businesses opening up every day. Go into your business registry. New businesses, new LLCs, new incorporated, new S Corps are opening up every day in your area. There's no shortage of new businesses opening up. There's just a shortage of positive thinking. So don't let this saturated market myth hold you back. The universal value of reviews, right, is a thing. People trust reviews. People trust reviews from a handful of sources. There's a handful of sources that people trust for restaurant reviews, for general reviews, for product reviews, to do real estate transactions. There is a review trusted source for every part of the purchase that involves your credit card, your credit, or cash. If you're exchanging money for something, I promise you there is a review site that people are going to if they're doing some sort of business, including health and wellness. The gym, the eye doctor, the chiropractor, the surgeon. There's a review for everybody to be graded on. There's no shortage of grading. You're being graded. I'm being graded. That's the world we live in. Overcoming limiting beliefs. Look, like I mentioned before, you're going to come across business owners that don't believe that they're worthy. They don't believe this is not for them. I'm not saying to write them off in the first 30 seconds. I'm saying have your story, have your opportunity and your forward positive thinking And if they don't grasp or jive with you, nicely move on. Nicely move on. Okay? They're just not ready for it yet. There's a big market out there that needs your help locally. So, how are we tracking right now? What questions do you have? How do you feel about what you're receiving? I'm going to let this sit here for a minute. I want you to take a read at this at your own pace. I'm going to grab a quick sip here, but I just want you to look at this. And in the comments, when you're done looking at it, let me know what you receive from it. What is this slide trying to tell you? What's the message I'm trying to share with you? What's the opportunity I'm trying to share with you? There's a big tree out there, right? There's a big tree out there, and the tree has a bunch of apples on it. And I want you to just imagine this huge tree. Huge tree. Let's call that tree the reputation management industry. Huge tree. Okay. The reputation management industry. And then there's HighLevel, right? The big tree is unstoppable. You can't rip its roots out. You can't knock it over. This thing is ingrained into the ground. You couldn't even put a chainsaw on it to take it down. That's how strong this tree is. This reputation management tree is so strong that even if I cut it with the strongest chainsaw, it would not even make a dent. But if I put on my HighLevel jersey and I have 60,000 plus HighLevelers behind me, and we all have our chainsaw, and we all take a bite at the market together, we all take our chainsaw and we turn it on, and we all hit our angle in our local market, we're going to knock this tree down. And this tree is the tree of too systemized. It's the cash register tree of taking small business owners' revenue, money, and say, hey, figure it out on your own. That's the tree we're knocking down. We're knocking down this corporate tree. Most HighLevelers, that gray label or white label, a majority of them are like you and I, small to medium-sized business owners that just have sustainable, solid business methods, that growing revenue, right? And what we do different in our local markets is we give the time and attention. We're not in telephone centers selling this stuff. We're not in other parts of the world just selling this stuff. We're in our local markets. And that's why it's important to put on your SaaSpreneur shirt, your HighLevel shirt, and follow me on this journey with your chainsaw, and we disrupt what other reputation management companies are doing in the marketplace. Because there's nothing like you and I in the marketplace. We are the new. We are the people that are going to help small businesses get what they want, results. So in this reputation management industry, this software as a service, subscription as a service umbrella, there's a handful of companies that are out and about that are $100 million companies, publicly traded companies. They're not all listed here, but they are making a lot of impact without being in the local market. So imagine this, you're in your local market and some company from outside of your local market does some ads and they take the customers that would do better if they had you in their local market, the relationship, than just paying another company $200, $300, $400 a month or more and get no service or get no hands-on attention or no relationship. See, folks, we're in a new age of doing business. And I want you to agree or disagree here. This is how I look at it. When I make a purchase, I'm looking for the community. When I make a purchase for anything, I'm looking for a community. I'm looking for message boards. I'm looking for Facebook groups. I'm looking for help guides. I'm looking for what is out there to help you and me get better. And I say help you, help me, like my team, right? How can I enable my team so I personally don't have to pull the triggers, the buttons, and do everything myself? That's where that community and support makes a difference. Here's an example. With HighLevel, we have Facebook groups. We have our Go Collab groups. We have our live Zoom meeting rooms. We have these trainings. A lot of these other companies don't have that. It's just here, sign up here, sign a 12-month contract, see you, wouldn't want to be you. Now, you could do a contract if you want, but the difference is the level of service you give. And that's what we try to teach all of our high-level users, whether they gray label or white label. Go extra on the service, not the software. Give them that extra care, that extra relationship. Be sticky as the trusted source, the partnership, than just saying, here, this will do this, and it's this amount of money. A beautiful blend has everything to do with how you teach, educate, and maintain. So I'm sitting on this here for a while because the left side, let's talk about HighLevel. You got two options with HighLevel. You could do a $297 a month account and you get unlimited sub accounts. So what does that mean? That means I can add as many people to my HighLevel as I want for $0, for $100, or just use all those accounts from my business. Let's say I want to do an account for support or account for sales, or give an account for every one of my sales professionals. Like think about the flexibility you have with unlimited accounts. The $497 account gives you unlimited sub accounts, but with what's called SaaS mode. And this is a little bit more sophisticated, where when you follow the instructions and the process, somebody could sign up on your website, the account's created, the permissions are set, the notifications are delivered. It's self-service. It's self-service. There's a wealth of information around these two plans. And I'll invite you to visit this website, which has a wealth of information. We just revamped it, as a matter of fact. It's help.gohighlevel.com. That is your best friend. If you ever bought anything from anywhere, whether it was a big chain or online, and you were hoping to get the instruction manual that was up to date and told you exactly what to do and how to do it, and you didn't get it, well, you don't be disappointed. You will get that exactly here with everything you need, all the information. You might feel a little overwhelmed, but I'd rather have everything than nothing. Okay? I see some comments here. And I welcome you to ask questions. And I promise you that this overwhelming amount of content that's coming at you, you're going to be able to go back to replay. If you're like me, you do transcripts of YouTube, you could do a transcript. Right? We're gonna unpack this. This is not a disappears after the live. It'll be there. Okay. Now, what's the difference? The plans are cheap. They're cheap by design. See, we have hundreds of thousands of customers, right, that get started with us, right? And then they sell this to their customers, and we've built a brand over serving marketers, and we're the authority on it. So we don't have to do these white label contracts. We don't have to have attorneys sign stuff for you to, sign away or take a loan or put your home up for a lien or take some sort of SBA loan for this. Right? This is not necessary. We make this easy for a reason. Most companies will make you do red lines and contracts and minimum requirements, and you got to pay this and then this and then that and then this and then this, and then we'll confuse you. And the next thing you know, we're running half your business and owning half of it. Not here at HighLevel. This is black and white. Pay this, you get this. Pay that, you get that. Right? Compare HighLevel reputation management with others and do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Right? So I shared in my intro that I've worked for several companies in the SaaS space. I've been in sales, I've been in sales training, I've been in management, I've learned, I've grown, been through COVID in this industry. I feel like I can share a lot of wealth of information and experience because I've seen everything go great and then I've seen it turn upside down while being in it. And I will share this. If you don't have a good product, that's one thing. You could always replace that. But if you don't have great people and a great process and great relationships, then you're closed for business forever. The people, the processes, and the relationships will always buy you time to fire the product that you're using. But if it's the other way around, you already got fired. So if this helps you a bit, let me know in the comments. If you got more questions, jot them down. So before we get into this, I'm going to leave this up here for those that are just tuning in, right? And I want to share a few things with you here. What I've shared with you now is probably a lot. If it's a lot, let me know in the comments. Is my pace too fast? Share with me some feedback here. I welcome it because we still got a lot more to go. And I want to make sure you're receiving this. For those that are here now, investing the time with me live, you're my priority. For those that are watching the replay, feel free to share. But I want to slow down a bit. Because as you see on my screen here, HighLevel is affordable, it's fast, and it gives you the result you're going to need and the control you're going to need. But I also want you to know a few things here. This is much easier than you think it is. Right? This is much easier than you think it is. All you really have to do is know that your customer is the person that's not doing anything for their business. Maybe they don't have reviews up. Maybe they haven't taken care of the bad reviews they have. So you know your customer, right? You do not need a wealth of knowledge to do this. You do not need a wealth of credibility to do this, right? This is not something that requires you to have a bachelor's, an MBA, have some sort of certification. None of that's required, right? But you have two enemies that are holding you back. Two enemies that are holding you back. The first enemy is your self-doubt. Your self-doubt is holding you back, calling you out for it right now. Whether you like it or not, your self-doubt's holding you back. Your second enemy is you're overwhelmed. So much at you. Where do I start? What do I do? Those are your two enemies. And today, we're going to defeat them together. But remember, it's not just to defeat and move on. They will come back. And I kind of alluded to this earlier. They will come back. So keep this in the top of your mind that you're always going to fight your self-doubt, and being overwhelmed. Let's talk about this opportunity at hand, though, a little bit more in depth. According to Google, there are about 33 million small businesses in the United States. Okay, if that's changed in the last, month, let me know in the comments below. But the last I checked, there's about 33 million small businesses in the United States. About 5.5 million of those businesses are new local businesses that open each year. 5.5 million new businesses open each year locally. You will never run out of new prospects. Hey, let me repeat that again. You will never run out of new prospects if you focus on the local business market. And even better news for you, local businesses typically need a ton of help when it comes to the bakery, the hair salon, the barber shop, the chiropractor, the med spa, the flower store, auto repair, small privately owned car dealership. I mean, I could go on and on. Almost none of them have any clue what they're doing. This is not a pun against them. This is not to knock anyone down. They're worrying about their business, not about your expertise and what you're good at. They're worried about keeping their lights on, their door open, their customers coming in. There's a handful of them that don't even use email. So those emails that you maybe sent out, they don't even know or even have access to their email. They are the type of people that you walk in and you talk to. And there's even better news. HighLevel makes those tools that already are proven to help them. And you have the ability to gray label it or white label it. Totally on you. And the thing is this, that hundreds of thousands of businesses use HighLevel. So this is not like a case study. This isn't you like trying to prove that this works. This works already. This already works. And there are literally millions of local businesses that are out there that need your help, right? We're not even touching on the virtual businesses. We're not even yet touching on the businesses that don't even have a storefront, that haven't even created their Google business profile yet. But in order to help them, you need to first understand what you're selling, right? But let me tell you what you're not selling first. You guys okay if I share this, what you're not selling, right? What you're not going to sell is software, features, and widgets. We're not selling that. HighLevel has a whole bunch of that in there, but we're not selling that. Let's get that clear, you and I, straightforward, back and forth. What you are selling, this is what you are selling. You're selling solutions to their business problems. You're selling solutions to their business problems. And you're selling better futures, not features. Think about this. You got a business owner that, whether you know it or not, is falling back on rent. They're having a hard time because a new business franchise opened up. A new series of businesses opened up. Their location of their business has construction for the last 3 months that's been jacking up their flow of traffic because the town or city or area decided to rip out the road. So there's detours. That keeps people up at night. So you may come in thinking that reputation management is going to save the day. Yes, it will save the day, right? But maybe you end up adding another software or product feature on top of that because you understand their problem and you're able to solve it, right? So we want to sell better futures, not features. Three extremely typical business problems to focus on. First one is that people don't have enough customers. They don't have enough customers. The second is that people aren't consistent. They're not consistently buying. They're not returning fast enough. I'll give you an example. There's sometimes I get a haircut every week. Whether I need it or not, it's just part of my flow. It makes me feel good. There's sometimes I do my own beard. I do my own shape up. For the gentleman on the call, you could resonate with me. Okay? But me not going to my barber shop that I give a respectful tip every week, let's just do the math. My haircut's, let's say, $60 a week. I go every week, that's $240 a month, right? $240 a month, I lose out. I'm not the only person that maybe is not coming to get a haircut every week. Maybe 5 of me that are out in that book of business of this barber are doing the same thing. Now that barber loses out on $1,200 a month. He loses out on $1,200 a month because 5 of me stop going every week. So we don't know what we don't know, but we do know that people aren't buying as consistent. We do know that businesses that are disorganized and stressed have a hard time. So these are things that you can position solutions for. I can help you get more customers. I can help your customers buy from you more consistently, and I can help you be more organized and less stressed. From this app on your phone, you'll be in full connection. If you got other employees or team members that need to be in the mix, they'll have access to. And me, I'm local. I'm here to help you. You also need to understand what a local business wants, right? And they want to not do anything extra. Like they don't want to have to learn HighLevel. They don't want to have to learn marketing. They don't want to have to hear you talk every day about how to grow their business. They just want to make more money. They just want to make more money. Right? So when I share with you on this screen here that with the amount of businesses that are out there and the cost for you, the cost of goods for you on this HighLevel side of the business is more affordable and you can make an impact on your return on investment with no long-term contracts. This is not a sales pitch. This is a strategy session, right? This is a strategy session because I know many of you have maybe done business with some of these other companies, and maybe you stopped because it got too expensive and you didn't have enough customers to serve, right? So with that being said, there's so much more to unpack here, and I want to get an understanding of how you're feeling. How do you feel about what you're receiving here? We have so much advancements, and I want to purposely keep this to the basics because once you get in your trial and you start to see and experience what we've added new, I mean, just the AI component that we've added to almost every feature in HighLevel, it's mind-blowing. And you know, that's a whole other, that's like a whole other workshop. And you know, I don't want to be a spoiler here, but we're in AI season, and what we're about to be launching here in the next couple of weeks, like it's important you understand the business opportunity and you really lock down your personal goal, your relationship goals, and your business goals. Because if you feel a little overwhelmed now or a little bit of FOMO because you're balancing between maybe your full-time job or a project or you got 2 Zooms open, I understand. I understand. right? But you got to make time to watch this again. So, our reputation management is the foot in the door that could kick down the door, right? Foot in the door that kicks down the door, because the reputation management alone is going to give the result that's going to drive business. It's going to help them get more customers. It's going to help them get more consistent business. And it's going to do so on its own if set up to do it without creating extra stress and responsibilities. And one of the easiest ways to do that is by giving your customers a system that gets them reviews on autopilot. Now, you need customers to get reviews from. So here's what I want to be very, 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 very specific here with you. In marketing, I'll give you a story about me. When I started to learn marketing and I started to learn the impact of what this could do and how this can help businesses in the very early stages of software as a service, ads, and all these things, I felt like one of those TV shows, like where you come into a business and, hey, let me help you get this going, but then they have no money, so then they can't turn things on. They don't have good service, so they can't keep customers. I want you to look for businesses that have at least 40% of their stuff together, right? I don't want you to add this added stress. There's too much businesses out there to stress yourself out, okay? I want you to go into a business that's got traffic, right? That's doing a little bit of advertisement, that's out and about. Maybe they're on Google, but they're on the very bottom. But they have a website, they have their stuff together. Because if you go into a business with nothing, they're going to expect everything for nothing. Now, I can't speak for all, but I will speak from my experience that that's the rut that I got into. I got into a rut that I felt that I could come in with a magic wand and make everything beautiful. And nothing ever happened because they didn't have the belief, the process, or the business model to support it. Right? So I want you just to keep that in your mind. You want to help everybody, that's fine. If you want to donate your time and your services, that's fine. But if you're looking to make a living, to make a business, to have revenue, to support yourself, your family, your staff, well, you need to have the expectation that the business that you're going to be working with and committing time to and your expertise is going to pay you and pay you what your price is, not what they want your price to be. Right? The level of the playing field has changed. The days of marketers chasing people, for gosh sakes, car dealerships are not even open till 9 o'clock at night anymore. The malls are not open till 9:30 at night anymore, at least in the states I'm in. Everything closes early. Even if I walk into a car dealership, they're closed at like 6, 7 o'clock at night. I remember I could drive by a car dealership and bunch of salespeople be outside or in the lobby till 9:30 at night. Times have changed. The chase is over. It's show me the offer and I'll show you the money. And if I can't do my research on you, I'm not going to buy from you. If your reviews aren't good, there's too many more options. I'll move on. You might have to educate your customers on that because they might be in their mind that they need me, or the mindset of scarcity, of just like, oh well, no, you want to make money, you want to grow, I'll partner with you, but I'm not going to talk you into your dreams and growing your business. Absolutely not. So think about this. And again, I'm sharing some stuff here that you could potentially share a story with your customers. If you were Google and someone asked you to tell them who the best plumber in town was, who the best dog groomer in town was, who the best car wash in town was, what would be the easiest way for you to figure that out? What would be the easiest way for you to figure that out? Let me know in the comments below. You're Google. Someone asks, who's the best groomer, the best barber, the best restaurant? What would be the easiest way for you to sort that out? Let me know in the comments. Reviews. Reviews. That's the answer. You hit it on the dot. That's the answer. See, Google suggests businesses that get frequently good reviews. They really don't suggest businesses that are bad. They show up, but you have to sort them to the bad. You have to sort the one-star reviews to get there. Even if you try to sort the 4 and below, it's kind of hard. I've tried it because I'll tell you why I've tried it. I tried it to find out who those businesses were so I can help them. It's hard because Google wants to show you the best. And getting good reviews may seem hard or unrealistic to many, but it's actually pretty darn easy, provided that the business is doing a good job, right? Like if you're out here messing people's hairlines up, right? Or you're cracking backs the wrong way, right? Or you're not fixing tires and putting them back on the right way, or you're taking people's money, not giving them a service, well, you're going to have a hard time to get a good review, right? But if you're giving good service and you're an honest business person and you have honest staff, it's pretty easy to get good reviews. So now that we have our great offer for local businesses, what you're seeing on my screen are a handful of features. This is the fuel to the vehicle. The vehicle is the offer. The offer is reputation and reviews. The fuel, the steering wheel, the gas pedal, the radio, the AC, the heat, is the review request via SMS, is the review request via email, is the review request with AI-powered responses. The offer is reviews, and that's the vehicle you're driving. And as you're driving, the windshield wipers is the auto replies, right? The automated social posting, the QR code, like this is the parts of the vehicle that keep you moving. These are the tires. You got what it has here to go flying down the road safely. And the best part is that there's so much customization, integration, user-friendly, whether it's tablet, a laptop, computer, phone. You have full access to use the platform as needed for this one feature. You could actually shut everything off and just keep this one feature on. So now that we have a great offer for local businesses, we have a simple system that generates more reputation, that brings in more customers. More reviews equals more traffic. Traffic driven to the offer become appointments, walk-ins, phone calls, gift card purchases. However, whatever you do for your business, Uber Eat orders, DoorDash orders, drives traffic, conversions, conversations. Because the search engines all piggyback off each other when it comes to serving the best customers, the best results. And a simple solution to a very common problem. And now you're probably wondering how it actually all works, is that you just got to practice and play with it a bit to get really good at it. Because as you get really good at this, you start to speak to it naturally. And almost kind of like what I'm doing here, you start adding your own flavor, you start adding your own personality, you start sharing some stories about it, right? But here's one thing I want you to know: you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything to make this work. See, the perception of reviews to the prospect or the business owner is that, all right, I got 5-star reviews. Like that's good. That can help. How are we going to do it? How does this all work? How easy is it? Sounds expensive, right? But keep in mind, you're not always going to work with small to medium sized business owners. Maybe you work with the marketing manager in that business. Maybe you work with the son or daughter of that business that handles the marketing decisions. They handle the operation. How do they look at the product? Well, they're going to look at it as like a feature. Oh, that's like a review widget. Oh, that's like I've heard of a company like this or a company like that. Who are you? What do you do? What makes you different? What makes you different? What makes you different than the big company that is always advertising me on Facebook and Google? What makes you different than the big company that my competitors use that I see in the bottom of their email? The competitors, companies that they're using. That's where you have to iron out yours. Well, here's what makes me different. I actually show up in person. I actually educate you. I actually give you full control. Like my price point is respective to what your needs are, right? You got to make that all work. And that's why I'm sharing all this here, because you got to make it yours. You got to make it yours, because that's going to be the question. Hey, man, sounds good. What makes you different than this widget on Chrome that I have? What makes you different than me just doing it myself? Those are going to be questions that are asked your way. Okay. And the best way to do this is to show them. So as you set up your system, you have your HighLevel set up and you send them a review request. Show them what it looks like. Hey, text this number. Hey, scan this QR code. Right? You get familiar with the system. You could do a show and tell. And as you do the show and tell, they're going to say, how'd you do it that way? How'd you do that? How'd that work? And without getting too deep in the weeds, just say, look, I just know that this stuff works. I have a whole bunch of customers that use it. You know, my company, my team, like you got to have your little story set up if you're not techie. But even if you are techie, don't get too techie. Because if you get too techie, that's the back door they sneak out of. Keep it short and sweet. Show them the end result and then show them how easy it is to get started. Right? Whatever you do, don't get into the technical part and talk about API connections, main servers, transfers, connecting into integrations, CRMs. Do not go that route. And I will tell you firsthand, I used to do that. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. If they needed to know all that or they were that advanced, they would have already got started with someone else already, or they would have already found you already. But you're dealing with your avatar, the person you're dealing with is not really interested in that. So don't get too technical because that's what you're comfortable with. Stay away from the how, get into the why and how easy it is to get started. Because their head will explode if you go too detailed. Like the emoji, it's just like, what? Oh, hey man, my phone's ringing. and it's not even ringing. I gotta go, right? Don't do it. Stay away. So here's how we go about making sure their head doesn't explode, right? Helping them understand that slow and steady wins the race, right? So we're gonna get you started. We're gonna reach out to your customers that you've served already. We're gonna get some reviews coming in. And as we do, we're going to see those reviews help how you show up online, right? And they're going to say, oh, that sounds easy. Exactly. And then the next question is, well, how much does that cost? But let's get into the offer. We got to know what the pricing is, right? So let's talk about the money, the cost of goods for our business here, our internal business. Reviews and reputation is available on all plans, right? You will need SMS and you will need email to send out requests, right? If you use the SMS and the email, there's an additional charge, right? That's every software. We have options though. You could use our lead connector, our Twilio, our Mailgun. We walk you through all this. I want these names and this to be familiar, so it's not like you've heard it for the first time. Our gateway offer starts here. Okay. We want to charge a setup fee. Setup fee is $197, right? You could charge whatever you want. This is an example. Setup fee is $197, right? This is the onboarding, this is the time, this is the commitment. Right? If it's too cheap, no one wants it. If it's too expensive, no one wants it. If it's this, if it's that, nobody. There's always excuses why people don't want it. Stick to what the cost of goods is, how you profit, and how you create and run a sustainable business. Do not make this to make everybody happy. This is why your avatar, your industry, your packaging, your process, your audience, your offer, your traffic all matters. Right? So we get them to sign up for the setup fee, and then each month is $197 per month. We could do a 3-month minimum, 6-month minimum, up to you. At the end of the day, when they get started, in this example, they're going to pay their setup fee and their first month up front. Right. So we're going to get you started today. Sounds good. We're almost welcome to the family. We're excited to have you. For today, the setup fee is going to cover your onboarding and the actual setup. There's some hours that we put into this to get this going, from helping you validate your phone number, setting up your email, teaching you, showing you, and making sure everything works great with some troubleshooting along the way. And then each month, on this date, each month, you're going to be automatically charged $197. For whatever reason, you need to cancel, pause, I ask that you give us a 30-day notice or insert your notice. We don't want a same-day cancel, right? We need to be prepared, and we need to have this threshold of when we should expect a potential cancellation. Right? Somebody wants to cancel, they give you a 30-day notice, you at least have 30 days to help them either solve the problem or the perceived indifference there is, whether it's your fault, theirs, or whatever. Right? But if you do a same-day cancellation, they're out the door, or they're throwing your stuff on the lawn. Right? So we want to make sure we have some timeline between now and the future. Any questions on this? Feel free to comment below. Feel free to comment below. Right? So if we do 10 new customers each month, right? And we do 10 new customers with the setup fee and the first month, that's $3,940 each month. Over the course of the next 6 months, we've brought in $23,640. Right? We brought in 6 months, $23,640. Depending on if you're a sales machine, you have staff, you have an AI caller, you have email campaigns, you're using automations, you have referral sources, whatever it is, you can do this lean mean, or you could do this and pay out a lot of people. That's a business strategy you need to iron out. But at the end of the day, if you go with this plan, in 6 months, you brought in 23K. And HighLevel is just receiving either the 297 or the 497. No commission, no percentage, no minimum license requirement, no annual renewal fee, none of that. Any questions? Let me know below. Because there's a lot. There's a lot, right? And again, this is why it's important as you get into day 2 that you get that website up. You got to get that website up. Because if you're not getting the website up, then what are you going to show? What are you going to drive traffic to? So much to unpack here. But tell me how you feel about it so far. How do you feel about starting to put on that local hero cap? How do you feel about knowing that you don't have to go through this long hoopla of research and development, contracts, commitments to put together a product and an offer that you can go to market today, start bringing on customers tomorrow, and bringing on an extra stream of income for you, for your family, or maybe pivot your business to catch up with some times. Maybe you are part of that traditional legacy movement that's out there. Maybe you're selling point solutions. Maybe you're selling graphics. Maybe you're selling manual services. The software industry is really powerful. The reputation management industry is really powerful. And I don't know if you know how powerful it is. Because it's almost like a hidden secret. There's no way that people, grasp that, wait, this one industry is doing hundreds of millions of dollars just selling reputation. How is that possible? Yes, it's possible. It's happening. And I want to share with you some stuff that's in the news. This isn't just me. This isn't my opinion. This is what's online. So, as we start doing our research and development of what's out there and what the state of the industry, I just put a search here. And I did reputation management on Google, and I went into the news section, right? And there's articles that are out there around reputation management for corporations. There's 15 of the top online reputation management tools. Like, people are paying for articles, right, that are out there. E-commerce stores articles that are out there. The Evolution, entrepreneurmagazine.com, right? Evolution of reputation management. How is AI shaping that future? Right? These articles out there. This isn't just a high-level thing. This is the industry. And then there's companies that are out in the marketplace that are buying each other. So, like, there's companies out and about in the marketplace that are, it's almost like the phone companies back in the day, right? You had, like, the big phone companies, one buys another, and then the mobile companies buys another. Companies are buying each other. And when I do searches, I see searches of companies being bought, software companies being bought by other companies for $80 million that are out there, right? So one big company is buying another big company. Well, those customers aren't going to all go over. So this is an addressable market for us as high levelers too. And then we have other companies, big companies, buying other big companies. Big acquisitions here, folks. This is beyond software. This is a huge industry. We are walking into one of the greatest economies where when companies start buying each other out, that liquidity, that cash, that strategy, there's a bigger play to it than we may know. I want you to do your research. These big digital companies are buying each other, which makes it you, the local expert, gives you some nice fruit that fell on the floor and grab it to make some delicious apple pie. These are apples that fell off the tree on their own, and they're still fresh. Take those apples and make some apple pie. Because I promise you, you make a phone call, you walk in, and if you have a smile and energy like all of your profile pictures have, who's going to say no to you? As smart as you all are in this environment that we're in, who's going to say no to you? Right? And as we move on, we see on different finance that SaaS management platform market is set to be worth. They're talking about 2032. We're still in 2024. And this is right in November. So what does that say for you? This is a thriving market that you get to take control over, that you get to walk into and make some noise. And if you're a ChatGPT user, let's just type in the search. How big is the marketing SaaS industry? As a recent estimate, the marketing SaaS market size was valued at $51 billion in 2022, which projections showing that could reach over $100 billion by 2028. 2028? I'm not even done with 2024. So you're telling me there's projected growth out there? Come on. Come on. What's holding you back? Here's what I will say. With what I just shared with you, do not let self-doubt or being overwhelmed get in your way. Because I promise you, those that are here with us right now, they're just going to have a little bit more to play in the sandbox with. Self-doubt and overwhelm should not get in your way. And neither should any big company, because the market has spoken. It is in writing. This is growing and growing and growing. If you're excited about the growth that we're about to experience as we take on the challenge of learning one feature within HighLevel, monetizing it, putting a product together, putting a brand together, and getting out into our local market and making relationships and earning a living while doing it, let me know in the comments below how you're going to feel. Let me know how that can make an impact for you, your family, and those around you. I'm pumped. I'm pumped about it. And if you're a giver and you enjoy giving to charity, you enjoy giving to those that are less fortunate, well, you could bake that into your offer. You can make that, maybe you could create this mission of giving back that maybe you didn't have a chance to do in your current way of how you do business. Right? This is going to open up that. Because as I meet more and more people in HighLevel, I learn that we have a lot of givers. And they just want a way that they can give to their employees, their staff, or their communities. Right? Exciting times ahead. And the perfect time, because we're like right at the perfect time of November. Like mindset wise, right? Think about this, business owners. They're thinking about the future. They're thinking about what's next. How can I really make my business grow? Or I'm ready to start my business. Around this time, this is where a lot of great ideas happen. This is where a lot of rejuvenation and motivation and self-value kicks in. People are ready to make a change. You're going to give them the tool to do it. and the relationship. Because if you're as cool as the person next to you, man, that's every reason to do business with you. That's every reason to do business with you. So we've gone over a lot. And, you know, you might be saying, all right, John, where do I start? Because I'm ready to start now. Let's see what the good old ChatGPT says. ChatGPT, how do I start a local marketing company to help SMBs with their reviews? Research the market and define your niche. Now you have your offer. Who do you want to serve? Right? We kind of talked about this already. Develop your service offering. Woof. We talked about this already, folks. Here's what we didn't talk about yet. To build your brand and online presence. We didn't talk in depth about this yet. We're going to go over this in day 2. But what I did mention was you need to get your website up. You need to get your website up. Now, my colleague Kaplan, the technical genius of what he does here at HighLevel, put together step-by-step guides of what you need to do. It's in the course. You gotta get into the course and go through the day 2. He's going to walk you through step by step how to set up your website. And if you got some extra time, you could set up the rest of the stuff. Right? But I've learned that most people get overwhelmed and they do nothing. I want you to get your website up. I need your website up. Then we can focus on the other stuff. Get the right tool and software. You got that set up already. Develop a pricing model. I just gave you some ideas. Create a marketing strategy. We touched on some ways. Networking, social media, cold outreach. We're going to go over this in day 3. But that doesn't mean you can't put a post or a feeler or make a list of people that you want to reach out to. 7 and 8, showcase your success, stay updated and adapt. This is just off of GPT. There's so much resources here, folks, that, you don't need to recreate the wheel anymore. This is all already set it and done. I just need you to take action, right? So I want you to make a commitment to me right now, right? If you're going to ride with me, because we're at the tail end of this already, if you're going to ride with me, let me know in the comments, JB, I promise to take action, at least minimal action, and then ask for help. But just don't stare at the computer and do nothing, because I've been there. I know how easy it is. Take some sort of action and raise your hand. Okay? I don't care if you put caps in the group. I don't care if you tag me 100 times. You ask for help. But ask for help and know your resources. So I've given you the 24-hour support, speakwith.us/success. Our co-founders, they're easily accessible. Our community team, easily accessible. Our support team, easily accessible. Everybody with a HighLevel shirt, everyone with a HighLevel brand, everyone that works for HighLevel is available for you. But what you need are the experts. And the experts are at speakwith.us/success. Okay? Or you go into our official HighLevel community or in our 5-day reviews challenge group and ask for help. Somebody will help you. But here's my ask of you. And this is not to throw any digs. This isn't to knock anyone's hustle. But just do your due diligence. When you meet somebody, do your due diligence. Don't just give your credit card because they say they work for HighLevel. Don't just pay because it sounds easy to get it done fast. Right? We have the resources. We've given you the guides. But there are people all over that will give you the fast track, take your money and run. And we can't do anything about it. So please, there are enough free resources to get the help. Now, I will say this. We have partners in our high-level community directory. We have partners that are in our ecosystem that offer support when you get 10 customers. They do the support for you. They give you coaching. They give you mentoring. There are communities that you could pay to be a part of. There is a lot of value in being in the right rooms with the right mentors and the right people. But don't get scammed. And what I mean by don't get scammed is don't assume that everything that's said is going to give you the result you believe or want it to be. So, in order to prevent that, in this challenge, in this particular challenge, when you have a question or you are stuck on something, go to speakwithus.success/success. The link is in the below, and join there. There might be a small wait, but we have a lot of staff members that will help you, right? Go into our group and ask for help, but you shouldn't pull out your credit card right away. We don't even ask you for your credit card or your money right away. We're giving you a 30-day free trial. So if we're not asking for your money right away and we're giving you free support, you got to take advantage of it. So I hope that helps, because I do from some time to time, and it's not only in high levels, everywhere, we hear these stories of, oh, I thought this or I thought that. No, there's no thinking. There's one site that you go for help, help.gohighlevel.com or speakwith.us/success or directory.gohighlevel.com for a certified admin. Or if you get a referral for somebody in our Facebook group, you do your due diligence, you look up their reviews, you ask questions, and you do your investigative process before you give your credit card, right? We do not warrant, we do not refund, we do not guarantee anything aside from what we offer you from our level of service. That was a lot to share. But was it helpful? I hope so. Because sometimes I wish I was shared that early in my journey. And there's nothing wrong with paying to go faster. It's actually getting what's promised to you. And I want to make sure you get that. All right? Okay, so let's wrap this baby up, right? We're almost at time here. And I want to make sure you have everything you need to get started today, right? To get started today. So I'm going to run through some stuff here. And we're going to wrap this up, okay? By now, you know to have the challenger mindset. You're going to embrace the journey. You're going to take action. You're going to ask questions. You're going to go all in. You're going to go all in. There's no half-assing this. So you are going to go all in or nothing, right? And that means stepping into the software, learning it, having conversations about it, building your list, accepting the challenge. Because we're going to build something meaningful together. I've seen it happen over and over and over. People build lives and businesses off of the start of structured education and amazing features. You have this available to you as long as you take action. And you're going to start to create your legacy, whether it's in the community, online, in your local markets, amongst your business peers, in your industry, because it's satisfying when you help people and they get results and you are getting paid for it. But you got to take the first step. You got to take the first step. See, I've given you everything that I can. Today, you have the opportunity to embark on the journey, take action, right? One small step at a time, and you're going to be just fine. I'm not going to let you fall as long as you follow my lead, our proven structure, what we do, our community. We got your back. And we know already what's out there. The collaterals and bonuses are in the course. You got to get in the course to get the collaterals. We're going to go over all this tomorrow and the next couple of days. But you're going to literally have everything you need to get this rocket ship of your own launched. Everything you need. The only thing that doesn't come with it is grit, persistence. You gotta do the work. That's not included here. You gotta do the work. And there's more. We've broken this down to what works. If there's something on here that you wish was there, ask me, share it. I'll make sure it's in our next challenge. But this was added based on feedback from our community and the people previously that have taken this challenge. And this even includes QR Canva templates. We've done everything in Canva so it's easy for you to duplicate and use. No need for extra stuff. And we got so much more ahead of us because tomorrow's a jam-packed day. Tomorrow we're going to go over the technical part of this and then how HighLevel fits in, and then how do you fit into HighLevel, and then how do you fit into your local market with HighLevel. Woo! Got a little bit of coffee left. That'll get me enough to get upstairs, let the dog out, get some fresh air. Let me know how you feel. Let me know in the comments. If you feel great, type in the comments how you feel. If you're excited, let me know in the comments, right? It's not only me that's looking at this, it's our team. There's so many people behind the scenes that put their commitment, their strategy, their knowledge, their years of experience to make this challenge happen. And you're here with me and I'm here with you, and we're here all together. Although they're not live with me, I'm telling you, there's a pride that we have here at HighLevel. We build SaaSpreneurs and we rock our brand because it's that important to us. I've seen so many high-levelers that white label the platform and they still rock the gear because HighLevel's made a big difference in their lives. They used to pay for subscriptions. They rock this logo like their favorite team, like their favorite jersey. So be proud and loud, and be excited for what's about to happen this week. If I could be of any help, let me know in the comments. Cheers. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern. Don't be a minute late. Don't be a minute early. Be on time. I'll see you then.